That's where, look, there's a pirate ship in the grass. What's up, everybody, and welcome. We got Oscar here all loaded up and we're ready to go. We're actually heading all the way over the Skyway. Got about an hour-and-a-half drive to our first boat, which is a Tiara. Then we got another identical Tiara, actually different motors, so we get to check out two 34 Tiaras today. Both of them have generator problems, so let's get to the first one. All right, so we made it out. We're actually at Pier 77, the safe harbor here down in Bradenton. Let's grab a couple things here. Let's go find our Tiara. All right, we're on the docks, but it seems to be always the furthest boat away from where we're going. It's right in front of us here finally. Of course, it's the boat on the very end of the dock here. It's got Mercury 400s on it. All right, so here she is behind me. This is a 34 LS Tiara. The generator, can't talk. The generator's not gonna start. This boat is sold. This is the reason I'm here. I'm actually going to jump down there. We're gonna try to start it, see what the starter's doing, see if it's locked up, see what will happen here. So let's jump on. All right, so we have our generator open. Let's I'm gonna have one of them see if they'll try to start it for me. Yeah, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, just push it. I guess just push it and hold it for a second. Oh, I heard it. Let it go.
Let it go.
And try it again.
Hit it again.
All right. She's not moving. It sounded like it wanted to engage. All right, so I pulled the starter out of here just enough so that we can see if it spins on its own to see if this motor's locked up or not.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, so we've determined here that we got a bad starter. We pulled it off, tried to start it again, it ain't spinning, it ain't doing nothing. So I don't have a starter with me. I'll pack this up and head to the same exact boat down the road. See you there. All right, so we made it. It's about an hour away. This is a cool area. It's Longboat Key. Look at this. Kind of your own private cove back here. You know, I can't just not film without an airplane or something. So here's another 34 LS. This one has Yamahas on it, which I prefer over Mercury, but I would take either one because these are nice boats. This one has a generator problem, and our sure shade up here is not working, so let me jump on here, we'll open it up and see what's wrong with this one. It's like deja vu, it's the exact same boat. Check our oil, looks good. Everything looks good, I don't see any burn marks on our impeller back here. Let's try to start it, see what it does. Alright, our panel here looks like we got 23 hours on it, that's it, not many. Alright, so it cranks better than the last one where it didn't crank. Alright, started. Let's see if it's pumping water. She's smoking a lot. She's pumping water. Alright, so this one started up and ran. So I guess it's supposed to have been sitting for like 16 months or something like that, over a year. It's been started every 3 months, something like that. And he let it run the last time he was using it, running fine until he was coming in, and it shut off. Could have drank some water from the fuel system since it's been sitting there. A lot of scenarios here, but I'd definitely say that we're gonna let it run while I mess with the sure shade. We'll see if it shuts off or what it does. All right, so if we push this button here for the sure shade, you can hear it, but it doesn't want to do anything. So we actually got to take this pad off right here so we can get to the module that's up underneath this box, or underneath this pad right here. All right, so that's just connected with some snaps that hold this thing all together. But here's the module that controls the sure shade itself right here. Get the cover off of it. Alright, so let me see if I can explain this to you here. This is a make fast module. This is what makes that shade go in and out. So right here, our black and white wire, that is our motor wire. So what essentially it does is it switches power between these two wires, power and ground. That way it can push the shade in or out. We have power ground here. There's two sets of sensor wires right there, that's in or out. A magnet that says it's all the way in or all the way out so that it can stop or start. And here's our switch wire, so when you push the switch, it either activates power, 5-volt reference to here or to here. It uses 5-volt signal. So if we look at number one, there's our ground, here's our power, and we should have nothing or we should have 14 volts between here and here, because it just switches it's constant power to it, and it just switches the ground on one side or the other. So when I push the switch, we should get a reverse, so we should get ground instead of power here when I push that switch. So let me push the switch and see what it does. So it looks like it's trying to switch voltage to ground, but it won't. It goes to about 3 volts when it should go right to a ground and allow this thing to power out. Looks like we also got a red flashing light. So what we can do is pull our power and ground out and see if this thing moves by itself. If it does, then we know this box is bad. So let me take these out first. All right, so I pulled the white wire out here. We're just gonna put ground on it, just like this is supposed to do. And what I'll do is I'll shoot power to our black wire, and that should open up our awning here. So let's shoot power to it. All right, so we know the motor's working. Let's reverse that. Now we should be able to put power to it and go backwards. Now we're closing it up. All right, so we know our motors are working good, and we know that it's trying to put out a ground on this side, but it's not. All right, so we know that this module is bad. I'll have to order another one, and we can replace that. I've done that before in the past. That seems to be the common problem with these MakeFast shades. The sensors and the motors seem to be fine most of the time. It's always these boxes. Our generator is also still running here, so let me run downstairs and we'll check everything real quick. All right, so we have the generator on here. That's our panel. We have our air conditioner on in here. Our battery charger is on. It's putting out just like it should. My best guess here is that it's been sitting for quite a while. It might have drank some water. He also told me that he just got some fuel in it, so it could be low on fuel. That can also make it hiccup and not want to start or shut off and then not turn on. Whatever happened, it's been running for about 20 minutes, half an hour now. All of our lights are still green here. That's a good sign. We got no overheats, still pumping water good. So I talked to the customer and I told him I would suggest that he has this generator service since it's been sitting, even if it has 24 hours or whatever it might be on it. Still a good idea because it's been more than a year. That way you can get rid of those fuel filters that might have crap in them. That could have been a part of the problem with it not wanting to start or shutting off. Fuel restriction or stuff in the fuel from it sitting. It's also a good idea to put in some kind of enzyme treatment because diesel fuel will actually grow a bacteria in it from sitting in this weather, especially when it's humid and hot like this. There's some kind of weird bacteria that will actually eat away at diesel fuel. Pretty strange, but it's true. So the customer is going to have it serviced and keep an eye on the generator. I'm going to shut it down and switch it back over to shore power here. All right, let's turn the generator off here. All right, so I did what I could. Generator's all packed up. I got the top back on here. We need a module. I told him we're gonna, have to have the generator serviced just to make sure we have no other issues there. Put some enzyme treatment in his diesel in case it sits. That's all I got for today. It's Friday, so that being said, I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Later.